Welcome to the latest edition of Fighting Talk Wales, episode 7. Big shout out to our sponsors, Demon Shields, #1 manufacturer of gum shields for combat sports and similar activities in Wales. You can see the logo there in the front. They're on Facebook, they're on Twitter. Myself, Ciaran Gibbons, and my co-host, John Scriven. On this week's show, we're going to be talking about the 16th of July bill of boxing in Cardiff, which was an excellent bill. I know we'd done a special a while back on Liam Williams. If you want to watch those interviews, they're online. But we're going to concentrate today more on the undercard. And it's looking a pretty exciting card, John.
Brilliant card, you know. Top of the bill really is Rigados and Dickens, but the main fight for us is Liam Williams and Corcoran. But it's a massive card. You've got Skeet on there, Tommy Langford, you know, some really big names. But like you said, we're going to concentrate on the Welsh fights on the undercard.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, we got the Williams Corcoran special out there, which we talk in depth. But just briefly touching on Williams's fight, I think it's going to be an excellent fight. Style-wise, I think Liam's going to be a boxer, not a puncher. And I think Liam's just going to outbox him and possibly start pushing him back around the midway point, possibly stopping him late on in the fight.
Been down and seen him training last week. He's just looking in phenomenal shape. His power shots, fair play. He's like fights like an heavyweight. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of them. And I also seen a video of Corcoran released training, and I know it's only a training video, but it just didn't look any comparison. And going on, you know, if he was going on the training and now they're looking that way, I think Liam Williams is going to dominate this fight.
Yeah, it's going to be an excellent chance for Liam just to showcase his talent.
Yeah, and he's released a little statement lately saying, you know, he's never been so up for a fight. So, you know, he's always up for a fight anyway. You see him, he looks like he wants to kill every time he's hit in, and going in there now really, you know, saying he's up for it even more, you know, expecting to see some bad intentions of him.
And of course, this is Liam's, the first time Liam has headlined a bill, and hopefully, I mean, I know he sold a load of tickets. I think there's only about 500 tickets left for the show, but probably less than that now.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be a massive night, and hopefully the first of many. On the undercard, who else we got, John, on the undercard from a Welsh perspective?
Another big, you know, Welsh fighter, Craig Evans. He's in a kind of, it's not a takeover fight, but he should win the fight. But he, you know, I've interviewed Craig. He's not taking the fight lightly, and he's open to get the trilogy on with Captain Stoker, as he says. One which you know, the fans would love to see.
Yeah, that would be, well, I suppose you could argue that Craig has fought Stalker on away territory in England twice now, so maybe get the third one down here in the ice rink.
That would be absolutely fantastic.
It'd be amazing. Be an amazing atmosphere, and well, the first two fights are excellent. So
yeah,
the third fight between Stalker and Evans will be really good as well, I think.
Yeah, brilliant.
I'm also on the bill is Alex Hughes. Bad news.
Bad news, Alex Hughes.
Yeah, one of the best prospects in British boxing.
Yeah, got an excellent future ahead of him, I think. You know, George Groves used him as his sparring partner for his recent fight with Murray. You know, so if Groves thinks Hughes is good enough to be a sparring partner for him, just goes to show, you know, what level he's at.
Yeah. Yeah, and also the Buckland brothers, Gary and Mitch, both fighting on the show.
Yeah. Gary Buckland did retire, I think, didn't he, after the Sean Dodd fight?
Yeah.
He's coming back. Not sure on an opponent, but you know, it'll be good to see, you know, if he still got it.
Yeah.
It looked as if in the Sean Dodd fight that them two wars he had with Gavin Rees took his toll on him, and you know, it didn't look like he was the same boy in that Dodd fight. So I'm hoping that, you know, it was just a bad night, and hopefully in Cardiff now we're going to see it, you know, the Gary Buckland that we used to see in.
Yeah. He seemed to lack a little bit of sharpness in that fight, and he wasn't like sluggish, I suppose.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, perhaps he overtrained, or the late change of opponent affected him. Maybe, I don't know.
You can have these off nights you have in the gym sometimes. You feel on top of the world, and you can come back the next day and you're flat again.
Yeah.
So maybe he just had one of them kind of nights.
And another Welsh fighter who I'm really pleased about has got a fight finally. Dale Evans.
Yeah.
Dale doesn't seem to get much luck in terms of getting fights for various different reasons, which we've discussed before. But he's got this fight. Hopefully, if he wins this, he's talking about a possible fight with Bradley Skeet, who's also on the card.
Yeah. Another one I was watching training last week down at the Lockett's gym. He's looking good, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him back in action because, he's always in an exciting fight. And I'd like to think if he did get a fight with Skeet, with a good 12 weeks training camp, I think he could pull off the upset.
Yeah, style-wise, it'd be a difficult fight, but yeah, I mean,
very, very, very difficult.
Dale's an aggressive fighter, but a good boxer as well, and he's got a good punch.
Yeah.
It's actually, I think his punch is harder than his record suggests.
Yeah.
And he's just been so desperate for any opportunity. I think he'll probably grab it with both hands, and he'll certainly give it 100%.
Yeah, I think he's slightly underrated as a boxer, and he's just so entertaining to watch. Every fight he's been in, he gives it his all, and like you seen in his last one, he only had a couple of weeks' notice.
Yeah.
I mean, so with a good training camp, I'd love to see what he can do.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel Dale's frustration sometimes because there are certain boxers, you probably know them, same as me, who perhaps don't live their life 100% and they're not quite dedicated, and that lets him down. Whereas Dale's totally dedicated to boxing. He travels hundreds of miles to get to Cardiff, every day for his training.
160-mile round trip.
From West Wales. So he's got the dedication is there. It's just the for various reasons outside the ring, he just can't get the fight. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this leads to some big fight for Dale Evans.
Yeah.
And another West Wales Swansea boxing action is Jay Harris. Jay, super flyweight. I think he got seven wins now, and his career is progressing nicely. I suppose Jay now is in a position he'll be wanting to get a title fight soon. So
I haven't seen Jay fight, so looking forward to seeing him fight. And like you say, for a title fight, maybe when that British title comes vacant again, maybe there was talks of him and Louis Norman.
Possibly.
Yeah, so that'd be another good fight.
Yeah.
If we could get that on in Wales.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, there's potential here for a great card come out of all these boys.
So many good boxers. And of course, we haven't really, it's a Welsh show, so we feature the Welsh boxers, and of course 2 world title fights as well. Flanagan's defending his world title, and Jazza Dickinson and Rigondeaux fighting for the vacant title.
Yeah.
And that's on top of Liam Williams and all the other good fights on the card.
Yeah.
In the last press conferences fight, I spoke to Guy Lockett. We showed you a little bit of the interview with Lockett on the Williams Corcoran special, so let's just see a little bit more of that interview with Gary. You've also got a number of the other boxers boxing on the card. Do you want to just give us a quick rundown of the boys and who they're fighting?
Of course, yeah. Alex Hughes, he's fighting Alistair Warren, who gets beaten by the better guys, but if you're not on your game, he'll come and cause an upset. Alex is a really bright prospect, been around the country, sparring with George Groves, Tom Langford, Spike O'Sullivan, everyone. So he's always around the gyms picking up experience, and that stood him in really good stead. He's a real bright prospect. Jay Harris is a kid that I manage. He's from Swansea. He's 7-0. He's got a tough fight as well. He's in against, forgive me, I can't remember the kid's name. It's Ramesh Ahmadi from London. He's unbeaten himself, 5 wins and a draw. So that's a good little test for Jay. Should move on after this. If he gets through this, he should move on to title level. And then on the undercard, then we've got Dale Evans, sort of guesting, making a guest appearance for Frank Warren. Dale obviously boxed for the British title against Sam Eggington not so long ago. He hasn't had nothing since, so this is his chance to get himself back in the mix.
And also recently there's been a little bit of disappointing news about one of your boxers, Chris Jenkins, who's whose fight fell through with Mitch Buckland. Where are things now in regarding that fight being rescheduled?
Really don't know. Obviously Mitch and Chris were both really disappointed, but it's one of these things, it's just down to sometimes the council giving the venues the go-ahead. I mean, I know Paul Boyce, Chris's manager, he tried to get, it was an old glass factory next door to Morgan's Hotel, and I saw the venue and it looked really good, and the kind of venue, it looks a little bit rough and ready, but on the night when everything's done up, I think it would have been really, really good, but unfortunately it didn't get planning permission, so we find ourselves without a fight, and I'm sure something will happen soon. And
how difficult is it for you as a trainer to keep Chris motivated and keeping him ticking over in the gym?
Well, funnily enough, not at all. He really loves it up there. He's back and forth most days, and he's mad as a hatter. Always keeping us entertained and keeping a smile on my face, which is a rarity, to be honest. But no, he's mad as a hatter. I'm sure something's going to come up, and when it does, he'll grab it with both hands.
And finally, Gary, what can we expect from Liam Williams on the 16th? What will the fight be like?
I think you're going to see a performance where he improves a little bit from the last one. I think every single fight since he fought a kid called Darren Cardona back the last time boxing was here in Cardiff, and it was a transitional period because he was in between fighting and boxing, and he beat the kid on points, but I think the kid spent the night in hospital, so he gave him a bit of a beating, but every single fight since then he's improved a little bit, and I think he's going to improve a little bit and put on a really good performance and beat Gary Corcoran in style.
Some interesting points made by a guy there, John, especially about the way he thinks Liam is a more of a complete fighter now than he was in the past. So I'm really looking forward to next Saturday night for the fight. And there is actually a competition being run. If you want to try and win tickets for this show, I think Mansell Edwards, who I'm sure a lot of you know, Mansell's a real character on the Welsh amateur boxing scene. He is running a competition for 2 tickets. So if you want to buy raffle tickets, get in contact with Mansell. He's on my Facebook friends and John's, and he's on the Welsh boxing Facebook group as well. So get in contact. I think £2 for a raffle ticket. All the money raised will go to Mansell's amateur boxing gym. So it's all for a good cause, and you can win tickets for this great show.
Brilliant.
And also myself and John have been running a caption competition. We haven't quite decided what the prize is going to be yet, possibly a signed glove by a star Welsh boxer. But as you can see the picture on the screen there now, basically we asked people to write in captions for what me and John might be saying to each other. So we're just going to read a few of them out. But quite a few comedians on Facebook come back with some good answers. Adrian Gibson from West Wales sort of said, this is me speaking, "Look, John, please get the next take right. If I don't get a full hit breakfast soon, I think I'm going to be down to flyweight." Yes, very good.
I think what he meant was if you don't get a breakfast soon, you're going to be down to heavyweight.
Yeah, whatever. We'll just go through a few of the answers. Our sponsor, Dan Gumshield Hughes, says, Ciaran is saying, "I'm right off my face on drugs." John says, "Gutted." Bradley Bose says, "Hey John, look at the size of this invisible salmon I caught." John says, "Tidy." Boyo Miles says, "I heard your..." yeah, we'll go into that, what Boyo Miles says. Alan Rees from Glencorrog says, "Ciaran's just confessed to John that he loves ladyboys." Rodri Griffiths from Swansea or Carmarthen has got down, John saying, "Being a shifty looking bloke with a camcorder and a dodgy 90s goatee beard, do you ever get likened to Jeremy Beadle?" I think that's a bit harsh, John, don't you think?
And you say, "God, yeah, like every day."
Ex-pro boxer Craig Morgan says, "Ciaran, John, have you seen my sunglasses?" Oh wait, here they are.
I like that one.
That's a good one, yeah. Actually, we had a few along those sort of lines. With the
Another one I liked, which you didn't get, was the one where they was on about which is your favourite Rocky film.
Yeah, what was that one now? Which is the... who says... Brooks. Was that Steve Brooks? So Ciaran, which is your best Rocky film? John replies, just look in the mirror. I didn't actually get that until John explained it to you. Yeah, so there's plenty of answers. Another good one here actually by Will Steele, saying, I hope Matt Hamilton doesn't see this picture. He'll think I'm on drugs. If you know Matt, you'll know what that's in reference to. He's on a bit of a one-man crusade against drugs in sports. So yeah, the competition is going to be open till the next edition of Fighting Talk Wales, where we'll pick the winner, and the prize will be probably a signed boxing glove by a Welsh boxer. Something probably even John might even sign it. No, it'll be better than John. But yeah, so keep the answers coming in, or the captions coming in. Moving on, John. Another Welsh boxer in action on the same date, but on a totally different continent. On the 16th of July is Kerry Hope from Merthyr Tydfil, who now lives in Australia. He's actually boxing Virginia Singh in India. Kerry, former European champion. He'd probably be up against it in this fight. He's an underdog, but I would say he's a live underdog. And this would be the toughest fight of Singh's pro career. Yeah.
I know he got a massive Indian following, haven't he?
Oh, Kerry.
Yeah, down in Australia. But no, I'm looking forward to seeing Kerry. I haven't seen him for a while. I know he's boxed once or twice since he's been out there. I know he did say that he was retiring after his loss to Frankie Borg, but he's continued. So yeah, it'll be an interesting fight, and like you said, it'll be Singh's biggest test.
Yeah, and this is a chance for Kerry to really upset the apple cart. So I know Frank Warren has got massive plans for Singh. So all the best, Kerry. And another Welsh boxer will be fighting soon is Joe Cordina. Of course, is getting ready to go to the Olympics representing Great Britain. Joe Cordina from Cardiff.
Watched him on the pads yesterday actually, and he's looking red hot.
Yeah, he's got to be one of the favourites in the GB squad to get a medal. You know, it's not going to be easy. Obviously, you don't just give these medals away in the Olympics, but I think Joe has got a good chance.
And in the next episode of Fighting Talk Wales, we'll be talking about the next up-and-coming show, Merthyr Mayhem. Another big show from Saniga Promotions. Yeah,
it's great. It's great that Saniga's probably almost single-handedly been keeping Welsh boxing going. And it's great that they got another show in Merthyr, because if you look on BoxRec, even though that they haven't, I don't think BoxRec is too up to date. It's just an opportunity for all the Welsh fighters, probably a dozen or so Welsh fighters, to box on their own home turf and build up a fan base. So we'll be talking about that show in depth on Fighting Talk Wales 8, I believe it will be then. Yeah, so thanks for watching. If you want to have a go with the caption competition, send your answers or your captions to myself or John on our Facebook pages, and we'll catch you all in the next Fighting Talk Wales. Thanks to our sponsors, Dan Gum Shield Hughes, for the leader manufacturer of gum shields in Wales.